Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, kind of want to just go over the new developer message or letter, I guess, that Wuthering Waves or Kura Games just put out today. So, it's not really that long. I kind of just want to, briefly touch over some of the stuff they talked about. They talked about story revisions. They talked about that in the dev interview they did a couple weeks ago as well. Improvements to combat, and I believe just it would. I think the last one is graphics, and the optimizations to echoes and the new in-game events. So this one, the last one, I kind of want to touch up a lot on because I don't know a lot about the echo stuff. So we're probably just gonna do like a brief reading or like skim it and talk about it just a little bit here. So let's go story revisions. I mean, I can basically sum that up for you guys. From what they said in the dev interview they did a couple weeks ago, this seems to be the same stuff here. They just, typed it out so people can read it instead. But basically, they went back and redid a lot of the animations, voices, uh, overall story, and like they added a skip function. I don't think they mentioned that in the interview, but they added a skip function to the story. So if you guys don't want to go through all the dialogue parts, you can skip that. Uh, they also added. It says they added the inclusion of resonator story missions for Jiyan and Ling Yang. Ling Yang. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. But to help players fully experience the charm of the resonators. In conjunction with supporting game modes to gain a grasp of more immersive gaming experience. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that means, but I guess there's missions with certain characters to give us more immersive experience. I guess that's what they're trying to say here. So I mean that's not really much of anything. They have some pictures, I guess, from the story. I guess some parts of the story that you could go through. I also forgot to mention I did get access, or I did get qualified for the second closed beta. At the time of me recording this, it takes place in 2 days, so I definitely will be uploading gameplay of that. I'll probably be doing like more in-depth stuff, go over everything in detail and everything like that. So look out for that video. Let's talk about improvements to combat. Now, I actually don't know how much they changed from the first closed beta because all the gameplay I've seen so far looks, I mean, pretty much like everything they mentioned that was in the first closed beta anyway. So I don't know. So we can kind of read this here. So the combat system from the previous beta was well received by the community, which is good. So I guess, I mean, with that being said, I don't think they have to make too many adjustments, or at least I would assume so. Um, Using it as the foundation, we have made optimizations to overall combat loop experience centered around the intro skill and outro skill. So I think they did show some of this. I don't think they. Yes, okay. So I don't think they put it here on this brief like gameplay GIF or whatever. But I think they showed that off in the dev interview a little bit when two characters swap. I mean, the intro skill is done by the person that you're swapping into, and then the outro is the one that's leaving the field. So that's kind of self-explanatory. Detailed adjustments were made to aspects such as character skill effects, general combat mechanics, screen shaking, camera lock on, etc. Echo skills were also further improved, giving them smoother performances, and echo skills boasting special utilities will also serve as countermeasures during necessary combat situations. So I'm assuming when they're talking about echoes here, because they talked about it in a dev interview a little bit. So far, from what I'm getting about echoes, is it's also the thing where you like after you kill the monster and you can take their ability and transform into them. I'm assuming they're talking about like the transformation and using their abilities is a little bit smoother than it was before. So I mean, I'm gonna have to check that out a little bit more. I have to assume that's what they're talking about here, though. Three new resonators were added to the. Oh, three new resonators. Jian Zin, Ling Yang, and Cal Calcaro. Calcaro. I don't. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. I'm trying my best here, but have been introduced into the game for players to experience, along with three bosses. And Impertinence, Heron, Mech, Abomination, and Tempest Memphis, plus a new phase for Scar. So I never played any of these against any of these because I didn't get into the first closed beta. I think Scar. Actually, I don't even know who Scar is, so I'm gonna have to look into that. I guess I'll see when the second closed beta starts what all these are, and then I'll be able to upload a video for you guys and show you like how they're fighting and their mechanics work. I probably won't upload any story related stuff just so I won't spoil anyone. But I know people will want to see what the environment and how the combat is from the second closed beta and compare it to the first. So uh by reducing the complexity for players to gain the know-how of the in-game combat system, we also added high difficulty elites and the tactical hologram calamity game modes placed around various areas of the map, which greatly reward players that are seeking for challenges. Our goal is for players, regardless of skill level or appeal for action games, to become engaged as quickly as possible and fully experience the smooth and satisfying combat one of race has to offer. So I guess they got like little combat well, I guess yeah, little combat game modes around the map. You get like, I mean, I'm assuming when they say rewards, I'm assuming it's just like summoning, whatever the summoning currency is for this game. Like how Honkai Star Rail has Stellar Jades, Genshin has Primo Gems. Uh, they're probably gonna give you the summoning currency for this game as well if you complete them. Graphic quality improvements. I'm pretty sure they're just going to talk about how they made the world look more alive, I guess. Adding more color and vibrancy to the game. The adjustment to the in-game visuals introduced a more comfortable and polished appearance. Internally, the team implemented a more detailed atmosphere tier system to adjust the player feedback of visual fatigue experienced from the previous test. This focus optimizations were put into place to model renderings, shapes, special effects, clothing designs, etc., based on characters' appearances. During this test, players will have the opportunity to witness and be immersed in weather phenomena like the etheric sea, celestial anomaly, and retroact ring, unique to the world weather and waves. In specific areas, distinctively designed sceneries have been placed by combining our concept designs, hoping to bring players a different experience. So yeah, it seems like they probably just added more zones for people to check out. Um, they probably gave us like they're probably going to give us each. I don't know how to describe like one zone is probably going to have sand. One is going to look like really bleak and murky, probably with a lot of rocks and mountains, and then the last probably going to be like open playing fields, like this picture right here in the middle, just to give it, just so we can see like their take on each different type of atmosphere, which is, I mean, I'll show you guys what that looks like in game. I'm assuming it's gonna look nice. I'm pretty sure. So I don't really have any like, I don't see it disappointing me. Is what I'm trying to say. Optimizations to echoes and new in-game events. Now this one is what I wouldn't know about because so echoes. From what it sounds like I said before, this seems like the thing where you take the monster's abilities and you can transform into them. I think that's what they said in the dev interview, at least. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. If anyone is more like has more a more insight perspective on that, because from right now that's what I'm getting. So let me see here. Compared to the previous test, we included a dedicated tutorial guide for the ecosystem while also lowering the difficulty of discovering and obtaining echoes. After obtaining an echo for the first time, the chances of reobtaining it in the same tacit field will be increased the more you challenge it. The current Echo Kit adopts a tag-based system, which makes for versatile combinations and strategies based on the circumstances. Players will now also have the opportunity to encounter and collect elusive echoes. Final name may vary in game. Okay. These echoes possess special appearances and features, but we won't spoil them just yet. Last but not least, for the first time, limited time in-game events such as the Depths of Elusive Realm and Overdash Club Track Challenge will also be available for experiencing in this test. Uh, so they're saying it'll be easy to get certain echoes if you keep challenging them. So you don't, I guess you don't have to worry about drop rates too much if you as long as you like repeat it, kind of like Monster Hunter. If you just keep doing the same mission, you'll be more likely to get drops from that. Uh, Not a tag based system. The current Echo Kits adopts a tag based system. I don't know exactly what that means. If anybody knows what that means, and maybe it might be people who played the first closed beta might know what that means a little bit more, or like might understand that part a little bit more. Right now, I'm not really sure. I'll probably be able to see what they're talking about once I get my hands on the try the game out for myself. So, but these are some of the echoes, and this is why I'm assuming. Oh wait, are they going to show it actually? Because they put some gameplay under each of these sections. So these are the echoes. That's must be the monsters that you can like take abilities from. Or I thought echoes was like artifacts. The whole echo thing is like confusing me, like the system. So if anybody like knows for sure how it works in the game, or probably like watch gameplay of it and learn more about it, let me know in the comments. But right now, I'm assuming it's like it seems like it's something with that's like artifacts, but also abilities you can use for monsters you killed before. That's what I'm getting at least. Basically, they gave their closing statements, uh, saying they're going to work on the game, improve the game more, listen to player feedback, and keep making updates whenever they need to. Uh, I didn't know the beta was going to be available for mobile players right now as well. I thought it was only going to be PC only because they don't have an option for console. So, but I guess you do have to see if it's able to run on phones, and how well it might run or how bad it might run. So, I guess that is a thing. Consoles, I guess they don't worry about those too much because, I mean, most people consoles will be able to run this game. So, even if you have like uh old gen, I guess like PS4s or the old Xbox and all that stuff. So, um, but yeah, that's kind of a brief overview of this. It's not really much, and like in hindsight, it's not much from anything different compared to what they said in the dev interview already. They added like a little bit more stuff. With the echoes is the main thing that I'm getting at here because the graphics they talked about in the interview, and the new like improvements to combat they talked about also in the interview. So, and they also talked about story revisions and everything else. So the only new thing for me here mainly is the ecosystem. They talked about that in the interview, but they didn't go like into a lot of detail. I don't think I'm going to fully understand the echo thing until I try the game out for myself in the beta when the closed beta drops in 2 days. So after that time, once I get like a little more used to it, and I'll upload a video and probably explain it to anybody else who's confused about that system like me, or I'll probably look into it myself a little bit more here. So, but yeah, just a little quick video here. Want to go over some of this stuff. Wuthering Waves is, I mean, I like that they're keeping us up to date on what they're doing with the game at least. So, but yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.